Hello, beautiful beings. Ancients, do we want to talk about or anything? Or I know that you guys love seeing Doozer sitting beside me, and he is so incredibly soft. I give him baths very frequently, and I brush him because I like his hair longer, and he doesn't shed, and he's hypoallergenic, so I have to brush him, or else his hair gets dreaded up, and then I have to cut it. So I just love pampering him, and he loves it too. He doesn't really care for the baths while they're happening, but he does cooperate pretty great. One thing I really love about Doozer is when he sees a person coming, he greets them like they're the most special human on planet Earth. He did that to me when I went to go adopt him, and his former owner said, oh, he does that to everybody. And I knew at that moment that I would never ever tell anybody that he does that to everybody, because he makes people feel so special and so loved. I knew the second I saw his picture that he was going to be my companion. This ascension can be very lonely. It can feel very, very isolating, and I just felt they're reminding me that this growth without a pet, there's a different type of growth that happens, and it's definitely necessary. And I went through that for a long time. Dogs have definitely played a huge part in helping me learn, well, to trust my intuition. I've actually lost dogs because I did not trust my intuition. One of my last dogs was a German Shepherd named Chloe, and she was in the yard. I had never left her in the yard before. It was a chain link fence, but it was only 4 foot high, and I felt that she could jump over it. And my husband at the time, I was only married to him for 10 months, he convinced me that it would be okay, but my intuition was screaming, no, it's not going to be okay. And I literally laid on top of her. I gave her a bone and laid on top of her before we left, and I felt like I was saying goodbye. But that's part of learning. Now there's no way that I would have left her outside, but she left that day, and she jumped over the fence. We were really, really bonded, and she didn't want to be without me. So she got hit on the highway. And I'm not just telling a sad story just to tell a sad story. There's always a point to these things that come up. Ultimately, those 2 reasons that she dropped her physical form that day was to help teach me how to trust my intuition, and also she wanted me to see that, because I kept doubting that the man that I was married to had a temper, because he was always able to just keep it in check. But the day that I found her in the ditch, I was laying on top of her, and he was yanking on we were along the highway, and he was yanking on my coat, saying, get up, get up. And I heard her say, look at him. And I looked up at him, and he was angry. And he was looking around to see who was seeing me down in the ditch on my dog. And I said, are you angry right now? And he was just gritting his teeth, and he was just get up. And I wouldn't, but it was shortly after that I had the awakening experience with Moochie. When I talk about how depressed I was, that's a major reason of why I was so depressed, but that's also another reason that she left, is because I didn't have the comfort of her anymore to be able to tolerate the intolerable situation that I was in. And so I've thanked her so much for showing me his true colors that day. And it was a major, major, major shift for me in trusting my intuition. I know that's a sad story, and it's going to make people feel sad, but there's a good reason that she did that. And dogs are earth angels. They are here to help us to ascend and to be able to trust our intuition. I didn't know I was going to tell you that. But I'm so deeply grateful for Doozer. He has brought me so much comfort and so much love, and has taught me so much about, see, I have misophonia, and that is inside, there's not really a better word. I could say frustrated feeling, but it feels like a violent feeling inside of myself, a violent reaction to really loud, high-pitched, repetitive noises like barking, even the bouncing of a basketball, any repetitive noise, crying babies. I used to cry when my babies cried, and I didn't understand why. It's because I'm highly empathic, and I could feel their distress, and also the pitch of the crying was just brutal. It's a real thing. Look it up. You may have it also. I was holding song with our maintenance guy. What a lovely person he is. We got to hold song yesterday. We do every single time we encounter each other, because he's open. He's open to it. He's 100% open to the ancients and myself, and which is just so beautiful for both of us. For all of us, they're saying, them too. So he discovered, we got to have a conversation yesterday, but then the day before that also, and we were in the car, we pulled up, he was at the place I was going to clean, and Doozer was barking inside the car, and it's just brutal. And I got out as fast as I could, and I was just like, F, oh my gosh, that's so brutal. He's just like, what's going on, Mama G? And I said, well, I have misophonia. And he's just like, what's that? And I described it, and he goes, oh my God, I think I have that too. And we talked about it, and sure enough, yeah, it explained so much for him in his life. Even just hearing people chewing, breathing, different things. People have it to different degrees. But it also depends on what's going on planetarily too, or if a person is PMSing, anything like that to make us feel extra sensitive. So I think that's it for now. We got to the place we're cleaning, and is that it for now, ancients? If you wake up every single day and you find yourself holding your head because you just can't stop thinking, and you just feel hopeless and stuck where you're at, we would love to talk to you about that. We can start having a heart-to-heart conversation about your life, about what's going on, and information just automatically starts coming through from the ancients specifically for you. Song with Mama G at gmail.com. I love you so much.